Today we will be doing some sightseeing here in Budapest by taking one of the world's most beautiful tram lines, tram number 2. It goes along the Danube River with some amazing sights, passing by some great attractions of the city. So let's take the tram, let's go on today's adventure. Come.
We'll be starting our journey at the northern end of the tram line and we'll be making our way down south, hopping on and off the tram to explore some of the popular sites of Budapest along the way. Close to the tram line, you'll find the decorative Vígszínház, which is the comedy theatre of Budapest, one of the most popular theatres of the city. Jászai Square is where the tram station is, right next to the Margaret Bridge, which connects the city with Margaret Island. This is also where the statue of Imre Nagy stands. He was a historical figure who played an important role during the revolution of 1956 against the communist regime. Perhaps the bridge he stands on here is symbolic, as he was seen as someone who could have led the Hungarians to better times from the tough communist era, but unfortunately that revolution was crushed and he was the victim of a political trial. Soon after you board the tram, the first 2 stations will be around the magnificent Parliament Building. Besides this gorgeous neo-Gothic style building, you'll find some other interesting sights here. Right in front of the Parliament, there is the Memorial of Togetherness, which lists the settlements that were once part of historical Hungary, and at the end you'll find an eternal flame. Close by at the river, you'll find another memorial, the Shoes on the Danube. It's a thought-provoking monument commemorating the atrocities against the Jewish people during World War II.
So why are these trams called the world's most beautiful tram line? Well, a couple of years ago there was actually a National Geographic article where they called this one of the most beautiful tram lines in the world, along with the one in Lisbon. And like with content creation, a lot of other publications have taken this and have been reusing it ever since. And by the end of this video, you will absolutely realize why this is indeed one of the world's most beautiful tram lines, because you can see the Parliament here, and there are even more amazing attractions. You can essentially use this tram line as like a hop-on, hop-off tram if you have like a daily pass or something. Now let's keep exploring using the tram line number 2. Let's go.
From here, the tram continues along the Danube River, and on the way to the next station, you can get some excellent views of the Castle district with the Matthias Church and the Fisherman's Bastion. At the next stop, we'll be jumping off to get a closer look at the iconic Chain Bridge, the first permanent bridge between the cities of Pest and Buda, and also to enjoy the view of the Castle Palace in the background. As we take a walk to the next station on the other side of the bridge, we get a glimpse of the St. Stephen's Basilica and also pass by the statue of the artist Ignác Roskovics as he is painting a picture of the famous landmark of the river. Here we'll hop back on the tram to take us to the Vígadó Square, where you'll find even more unique and fun statues to take pictures with, and some more amazing views of the palace building on the Buda side.
So when we talk about trams and their history, they go a long way back here in Budapest, and even tram number 2 is one of the oldest tram lines. However, before World War II, it was actually going at a completely different route, not even touching the Danube River. The closest to today's track was around the Parliament Building at the Kossuth Square, But after World War II, from 1945, the new Tram 2 line was established, and it's been going close to where it is going today and has been extended over the course of decades to get the shape that it has today, and becoming one of the most popular attractions and ways to explore Budapest among visitors of the city. And now we need some energy, so it's time to grab some coffee. Let's go.
Behind the Vígadó building, you'll find the Vörösmarty Square, where the prestigious Zserbó Café is located. It's an elegant and historic place, famous for its sweets and desserts. But another place close by that is also important in Hungary's confectionery history is Szamos, which is known for its top-quality marzipan. Today, however, we just wanted to grab a coffee and visited Edison and Jupiter, an elegant specialty coffee place, which may be a bit pricey, but their drinks and sweets are certainly excellent. Our next stop with the tram is right next to Erzsébet Bridge, and from here we'll head over to Ferenciek Square to check out some of the unique buildings here.
Now, the tram network here in Budapest is actually one of the busiest and longest in the whole world. If you add up all the tram lines on this network, the total distance is almost 150 kilometers. So it's a really long line, really busy. And not only the tram line 2 that's really cool, but on the other side, and like the tram 46 that goes across the city, we have so many interesting and unique tram lines. But now I'm getting a little bit hungry, so let's try to get some food. Let's go.
While none of the buildings here are as famous or important as the Parliament or the Castle Palace, this area still has some very unique ones that still deserve recognition, like the Párizsi Udvar building, which is an upscale hotel today. We decided to take a break and grab something to eat at Central Grand Café, which we featured in our video about classical cafes in Budapest. After our delicious meal, we went back to the tram to continue our way further south on the line to the Fővám Square. This is where the popular Grand Market Hall is located. I really enjoy the vibe of the ground floor of the market with all the different produce that surrounds us here, especially the smell of cured meat and the colorful piles of the fresh vegetables. This is also the place where trams cross the Danube over the Liberty Bridge, one of the most unique bridges of the city thanks to its distinctive green color.
Today tram number 2 only comes until the Fővám Tere, which is where we are. The rest of the track is actually under maintenance. However, there are still some interesting sights and things there on this way which we still want to show you. So we're gonna go that way. However, if you also need to know which tram lines or bus lines are under maintenance, I would heavily advise to always use the Budapest Go app, because it's always up to date. You can always see live if there's something like an accident, some lines are not operating, or there's any maintenance. Like for example, right now, we could technically go all the other way with a replacement bus. However, we're gonna walk a little bit because there's another interesting cafe right next to the park which is close. Let's go over there.
Close to the back of the Grand Market Hall, there is a small specialty coffee place called Temp and Pull, which we always try to visit if we are in the area. You can also find the so-called Bálna Budapest here, which used to be old warehouse buildings but has been converted into an event and cultural center and got its name after its resemblance to a whale. Along its side, right next to the river, there are bars and restaurants with a nice view of the Danube. As we move further south, we cross a large green park, which is ideal to take a short break from all the exploration and just casually enjoy the peaceful Danube riverside. This park runs all the way to the next station, Vörösmarty Square, an important transport hub of the city that also has an interesting name. You can find the statue of a wine merchant here, because the name Boráros kinda sounds like that in Hungarian. However, this is more like a joke, as even the locals aren't aware that the place got its name after a late chief judge of the city, János Boráros, and he had nothing to do with the selling of alcohol. Luckily, from this point, we could take trams to continue our journey to our final destination, where you'll find the modern Palace of Arts that hosts a contemporary art museum and different concerts as well. Right next to it, there is a unique ziggurat you can climb for an interesting view of the city.
Now, for those of you who are very excited to ride some of these trams, I have some excellent news, because during the spring, summer, autumn season, there are actually some nostalgic old vehicles. You can ride those as well, but your regular passes and tickets are not valid for those. However, the nostalgia tickets are just slightly more than €1. You can buy them on the trams themselves or via the Budapest Go app. And if you want to know when some of these old vehicles are going, we will leave a link down in the description for you.
The last place we wish to show you here is the new National Theatre. The building itself is a bit too modern for my taste, but together with the park surrounding it, it combines to a very unique location of the city. It all feels as if this wasn't a building at all, but a ship that takes you on a journey through the seas of arts and culture, and the many statues here also commemorate some historic plays and actors from the Hungarian world of the theatre.
No matter how you will explore Budapest, either on foot, by bus, any other public transport, for sure if you take tram number 2, you will absolutely see some of the best things that this city has to offer. But if you wish to see what else Budapest has to offer, make sure to check out some of our other videos, and also don't forget to hit that like button so we can reach more people here on YouTube. And if you want to see what else we will make in the future about Budapest and Hungary, then absolutely hit the subscribe button so you will see every single future video that we will make. And of course, thank you so much for watching up until this point. See you guys in our future videos. Bye!